In this lesson, we will find coordinates of the point P, which divides the join of given point A and B in the ratio K1, K2. Let's get started with the question. Here we are given 2 points as endpoints of the diameter, and what is required of us is to find the center of the circle and radius of the circle. Let's draw the line indicating diameter of the circle, and here this is the point where we can start the diameter, and this endpoint is given on the other side. Point A has coordinates -5, -2, -5, -2, and the point B on the other side of the diameter has coordinates 5, -4. 5, -4. If we are starting from A, then this should be taken as x1, y1, and the end point should be taken as x2, y2. Because center is at equal distance from both points A and B, therefore, if we mark this as point P and the coordinates of P are taken as xy, then P is dividing the join of AB in ratio 1, 1. So 1 on this side and 1 on this side. So this should be taken as K1 and this on the other side as K2. We have values for K1, K2, x1, y1, x2, y2. Let's get started. For point P, for center of circle PXY, what are the formula for calculating xy? X is equal to K2 x1 plus K1 x2 over K1 plus K2, and y is equal to K2 y1 plus K1 y2 over K1 plus K2, and on substituting the values we have K2 and K1 are 1, 1. So 1 time -5 plus 1 time +5 divided by 1 plus 1, and similarly y is equal to 1 time, let's draw the line first, 1 time -2 plus 1 time -4, and this should give us 1 plus 1. Here the value of x and y can be calculated as -5 plus 5 over 2, and y is equal to -2 minus 4 over 2. This is x equal to 0, and here y is equal to -3. So if these are coordinates of the center of circle, we can label this as 0, -3 as center of the circle, and then we can find distance on either side for calculating radius of the circle. Let's find distance of P from A. A is -5, -2. So if we write down this as -5, -2 as coordinates of the point A, then radius of circle is equal to AP. Radius of circle is equal to AP, and we can find AP by using distance formula which we have done earlier in this chapter, that is equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square and then square root. This is formula used to find distance between 2 points whose coordinates are given. So here we have x2 is minus 5 minus 0 whole square plus minus 2 and minus for the formula and then minus 3. Then we will take the bracket and then take square root. This will be equal to 25 plus minus 2 plus 3 will be equal to 1, and this will give us 1, and here we have the radius is equal to 26 square root. So we have answered question 1. Now for question number 2. We are given points A and B. Let's call this as A, which has coordinates minus 5, 8, minus 5, 8, and there is another point B, which has coordinates 5, 3. So 5, 3. Let's confirm if these are the coordinates of the point. Minus 5, 8 and 5, 3. Okay. Now we are going to find the point which is 2/5 of the way between AB. So if we draw a line from A to B here, and where will be the point 2/5 of the way between AB? It means that if we divide the total distance between AB into 5 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 parts, then P is at 2/5, means out of 5 divisions, P is after 2 divisions. So if we mark this point P over here at 2 divisions, then we can label its coordinates as unknown xy, and K1 is 2 divisions on this side and 3 divisions on the other side, because that's K2 is equal to 3. So this is how we can get the ratios set for K1, K2, and here this is point x1, y1, and this is as x2, y2, and now we can find x and y for P, x, y. We know that x is equal to x k2 x1 plus k1 x2 divided by k1 plus k2, and similarly for y, this is equal to k2 y1 plus k1 y2 over k1 plus k2, and now we are going to substitute the values. For this, k2 is equal to 3 and 3 times minus 5 plus 2 and 2 times 5 divided by 2 plus 3, k1 plus k2, and y would be equal to k2 3 again, 3 into y1, which is 8, plus 2 times 3. K 1 time y 2. 2 times 3 over 2 plus 3 again. And now we can easily find these values. This would be minus 15 plus 10 over 5, and y would be equal to 24 plus 6 over 5. This is x, and here we have value of x equal to minus 5 over 5, minus 5 over 5, and y is equal to 30 over 5. This is equal to 6 for value of y, and x is equal to minus 1. So the point which divides the join of AB in 2/5 is minus 1 and 6. So coordinates of P. So coordinates of P are minus 1 and 6.